Today, getting a haircut is a sterile, streamlined experience. We have precision tools, sanitized environments, and consistent artificial light available at the flick of a switch. Yet, despite having the technology to illuminate a room at any hour, millions of people still strictly refuse to sit in a barber's chair on a Saturday. Traditionally, the answers point toward the spiritual. Custom dictates that cutting hair or nails on this specific day invites severe cosmic bad luck, financial ruin, or the wrath of specific deities. Looking past the religious framing reveals a different origin. This fear grew in a time before the grid, when the sun went down and the world was plunged into darkness. To understand why a modern society still follows these rules, we have to look at the physical and infrastructural limitations our ancestors faced. For most of human history, society ran on a solar clock. In rural communities, sunset meant the end of visibility. The landscape was swallowed by shadow, lit only by dim, inconsistent flames. In that environment, a barber relied on folding straight razors, tools sharpened on leather strops that lacked modern safety guards. Pressing an exposed steel edge against the neck requires absolute precision. Even a slight miscalculation can slice through the epidermis and hit major blood vessels. By the flickering light of an oil lamp, these risks amplified. In an era long before antibiotics, a simple laceration frequently developed into a life-threatening infection. These sunset restrictions functioned as an essential safety protocol, dictated by the limitations of the physical world. Light was only part of the equation. We also have to consider the physical toll of the work. Barbers operated entirely by hand, often working outdoors through intense heat. After a week of continuous manual labor, hand cramping and mental fatigue naturally degrade a worker's motor control and concentration. Saturday organically emerged as a designated day for physical recovery. This pause was a biological necessity to prevent accidents caused by exhausted hands. Without centralized labor laws or mass literacy, communities needed a way to ensure everyone followed these safety and rest rules. Societies often employed taboo codification. By wrapping a practical safety boundary in the threat of divine punishment, they ensured the public would comply without question. This narrative of bad luck effectively functioned as a public health policy, protecting the physical safety of the barber and the client alike. The invention of the incandescent bulb ended our total reliance on sunlight. Modern electrical grids, life-saving antibiotics, and guarded safety razors have removed the physical hazards that once made barbering dangerous after dark. Anthropologists describe this persistence as a vestigial behavior, a cultural reflex that continues long after the environmental threat has vanished. While human engineering can change a landscape overnight, cultural memory and psychology evolve much more slowly. If we look past the surface of these superstitions, we find a core of pragmatic survival wisdom designed for a world with much less room for error. Understanding the logical roots of these traditions allows us to respect our heritage without being bound by fears that no longer apply.